Great. So, hello, everybody, and welcome to our Summertime Strong series. My name is Marlene. I'm a health and fitness coach. And today we're going to be doing a body weight program, something that you could use during the summer months, outside when the weather's nice, inside, outside, wherever. Today, it's a little bit rainy where I am. So, we're inside at my um, gym inside my garage here. So, welcome. But I do have my beach, my faux beach gives me a little sense of summer. So, anyway, welcome to our program today. I will throw up a chat box. Let me do that right now so I don't forget. So, if you have any questions during the program or just want to say hello, I'll throw that up and you can do that on the chat box. So, we're going to get right into it. Today, what we've got scheduled for you is a couple of circuits that we're going to do. Let me get my timer. And they are timed circuits only because it makes it easier for me to stay on track. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of warm up. Let's get some arm swings going. Do 10 forward. This is a very abbreviated workout. If you've been sitting and you get up to exercise, let's go 10 backwards. You want to make sure that you move around, get your blood pumping, maybe a 5 or 10 minute walk. And then from there, do some stretching and exercise movement before you start. Going to do some torso twists. I just stabilize my lower body here. Bring these arms up and twist side to side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So summertime is a great time to ramp up or start or get committed to your workout series because we have those nice early morning with the light out, some knee grabs, just reach that up, get those knees up high. It's 3. The lights, out early and we have a longer day so you can fit things in, whether you're going to the gym or working out at home or taking it out on the road to a park or a beach. Great time to get some exercise in during the summer months. That said, summertime, if you're outside exercising, there are some things that you want to be considerate of. First off is sun protection. We're going to do some squats, okay? So just feet about shoulder width apart. Let me get this chair with my jacket out of the way so you can actually see. Shoulder width apart, and we're just going to sit down and back. You want your knees to track out. You don't want them collapsing in. We're sitting down and back from the side. Here we go. Down and back. Come back up. Squeeze at the top. Let's get about 10 of those in. So, exercising outside, you want to pick a time when it's not too hot. You want to make sure that you have sun protection, sunscreen on your skin, eye protection, so you're not getting too much sun in your eyes, and hydration. You want to make sure you're fully hydrated because heat exhaustion can take place pretty quickly. And if you're really feeling thirsty, you're already a little dehydrated. So, some important considerations for exercising outdoors in the summer. Okay, as I mentioned, I'm going to just start my little timer here, keeping me on track. We've got some circuits going today. We're going to do same as last week. If you were joined last week, 2 exercises, alternate between them. Each one, we're going to do the work for 35 seconds and have a 25-second reset before we move to the next exercise. We'll go through that same circuit, those 2 exercises, 3 times total, and then have a little break, grab a drink, move on to the next ones. So our first circuit is going to be a sumo squat. So that's feet wide, wider than shoulder, toes pointing out about 45 degrees. Same thing, sit down and back, just like a regular squat. If you have dumbbells and you want to add some weight to that, we are going to do this as a front squat here, hold it up, drop it down and come up. Or if you have 2 lighter ones, you can hold them each at your shoulders. So that's our first exercise. Second exercise is going to be a side crunch, which we're going to do standing side to side. Okay. So here we go. Here's our sumo squat. First exercise, 35 seconds of sumo squats. Nice control. Move it down, squeeze at the top from the side, 45 degrees out. Sit down and back. Try to get level. come up and squeeze. If you're not comfortable doing this without anything behind you, you could have a little bench where you tap to the bench and come right back up. You don't have to do that just standing, but you want to make sure that you're coming down, body's at about 45, coming down and squeezing at the top, okay? A little rest. We're going to go to those side to side crunches. So you're standing, don't hands, don't pull on your head. So I just keep them near my ears and bringing that knee up and crunching, thinking about contracting those side abdominal muscles as you crunch, squeeze towards the knee. You ready? Here we go. And we're moving back and forth. Squeeze, squeeze from the side, trying to get parallel and little squeeze. Think about the muscle that you're working. We're going to do these for the first set, and then I'm going to take it to the floor and show you a floor exercise that also works your side abdominals, your obliques from the floor. So we'll start up here, warming ourselves up, and then move to the floor. Okay, so we're back to our squats, sumo squats. I'm going to use my little kettlebell here. Hold it like a goblet. This is what we call a goblet squat. Wider than shoulder width, toes pointing out 45 degrees. You could hold weight just in the middle and come up and down, but I'm going to bring this up here, holding it here, and we're moving. Come down, squeeze at the top. You really want the glutes to take over at the top of that and get a nice squeeze in all the way up the top. You will feel this squat in your inner thigh, and it's working your quads as well. And when you get that little extra boost at the top, you're feeling it in your glutes. So, squat is a really great foundational exercise. We get one more in there. Okay. We're back to our oblique crunches. I'm going to do these on the floor now. So, coming down, I'm going to roll up into a crunch, just my shoulders, keeping my back really tucked into the floor. That out of the way. And as I roll up, I'm gonna from side to side reach for my ankles. Okay. So here we are, holding that contraction back and forth. Let's move side to side. Keep your head neutral. You don't want to be cranked up. Keep your head nice, neutral position. Hold the crunch as you move side to side, reaching for those ankles. We call these penguins. Little penguin shuffling back and forth. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. We've got our last round of those sumo squats. Now, if you want to increase the intensity on that, whether you're using a weight or not, what we can do is come down into your squat, only come up a little at first, just a pulse, and then come up to the top. So add a pulse to the bottom. So I'm going to take that one with my goblet weight here, and we're working down, short pulse, and then come up. Down, short pulse, and come back up. Little pulse, halfway up, and then all the way up. Halfway up, all the way up. Lots of ways that we can take a basic exercise like a squat and change it up to get a whole different feel out of that very basic exercise. Okay, we've got one more exercise in this circuit. We're back down for those crunches. So you choose either on the floor doing your penguins or standing with your side to side crunch. You get to choose this time around. So I'm going to stand and do the side to side crunch just so catch my breath a little. And here we go. And really think about squeezing from the side body here as you bring it up. Squeeze that. Squeeze at your oblique is what's helping you connect the elbow to the thigh. Back and forth. We've got 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we've got a minute break in here. Grab a drink if you need it. It's a little dry in my garage here, so I'm going to have a drink. Our second circuit, we're going down to the floor for push-ups. Push-ups, whether you're on your feet, your toes, or your knees, or if you are really need to adapt, you can elevate them and do them off of a bench. Or if you're really just starting, just grab a wall and push up off a wall. You want your hands at chest height, place forward, fingers out a little bit, and push down and back. You're offering resistance. Whatever push up works for you. Second exercise in that is going to be our dead bugs. So, our dead bugs, we're going to take it down to the floor, laying on our back, and elevated knees and arms, opposite sides extend. Show you that one. Okay, so let's get down for our push ups. Here we go. I'm on my knees. Don't want to be up here. We're working. Dropping it down, pushing it up. Don't want your hips pushed way up in the air. You want to be in a plank-like position as you bring it down. Elbows go out about 45 degrees. Push your way up. Okay, down and up. Good push-ups. And if you start to feel like you're slipping and you're up here, reset. Okay, reset it so that you're in the right position. Push-ups are another excellent, excellent foundational exercise that you can adapt different ways to make it more intense or less intense. Here's our dead bug. Arms up, knees bent at 90 and they're up, and alternate opposite sides. Right arm, left arm, right egg, right leg. And we're going to make sure your back is tucked in. So here we are, we're working 35 seconds. Extending all the way out, getting a nice long line. Making our body and our brain work. When you're moving different limbs at the same time in opposite directions, really forces our neuromuscular signaling to go into overdrive. Okay, those are your dead bugs. It's dead bugs. I'm having a hard time saying that word today. We're going to turn that back around again and go back to our push-ups. I'm just going to grab these weights here because I have a little issue. It's hard for me to have my hand flat on the ground. So if you can use push-up hold handles, or I'm going to use the weights as handles to do my push-up so I get a better push-up. Okay, so here we are, same thing. Up on my knees, plank position, head is in alignment, bring it down, push it back up. Also, if you use push-up bars or handles, you actually can get a little deeper than the floor and get a little more depth out of it, and you'll feel that a little bit differently. So push-ups, whichever ones you're doing as best as you can, and really try to maintain good form, because it's an excellent exercise when you do it right. Okay, turning that back over for our dead bugs again, okay? Really make sure you have a little bit of a pelvic tilt so that when you lay your back down, it's flat against the mat or the ground. Maintain that throughout. If you can't extend low without lifting your back, extend higher, okay? Here we go. We're working. Opposite arm and leg extending, keeping that back flat into the mat, feeling that core engaging throughout the whole range of motion. Try to get as long as you can. Okay, one more here, and we're done with those. Okay, last round of our push-ups. I'm going to go back to my little handles here. And as I said, when you're coming down, you want to make sure that your hands are under your chest. If you're up here, you're really working your shoulders and putting a lot of stress on your shoulders. So when you set up, here we go. Make sure you set up so that your elbows track back and your hands are at chest height. Back down again. And exhale on the push up. We always exhale on the hard part of our exercise. Helps us to get a little oomph, to give us using your breath to get a little bit more push out of the movement. And done. Okay. Last exercise, last round here of our dead bugs. Pelvic tilt, back nice and flat, arms up, knees up at 90. Nice breath and get set. And here we go. Extend and breath. Extend and back to center. Hold that back flat against the mat. Dead bugs are an excellent exercise. They're kind of a staple in almost every workout that I do because they really work so many muscles, and you'll feel that. They don't look like much, but they're a great exercise. And we're done with this round, okay? So 2 rounds down, we've got 2 more to go. For our next 2 exercises, we are going to do a variation on the lunge. We're going to do our lateral lunge where we step out to the side, toes pointed forward. And as you step out, your hips are going back and you're going to drop your weight over that forward leg, push through the heel of that foot to come back up. We're going to go from side to side with those, okay? That's our lateral lunge. And we are going to switch that up with a bird dog. Bird dog, we're on our hands and knees, similar to the dead bug. We're just reversing it. We're on our hands and knees, extending opposite arm and leg. Okay. So that is what we've got going on here. Got a little bit of an issue with that. There we go. Okay. So here we are. We're starting lateral lunge. Step out, push those hips back, come back to center, step out, hips go back. I'm going to go sideways. A little more room for me. Push them back, and you can see that the movement goes back and forward, okay? Back and forward, side to side. You can also hold a weight here in that goblet position for this exercise as well, or hold a weight in your hand and reach down to the forward foot with a dumbbell, okay? That's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, we're taking to the floor. If you don't want to do the floor, you can do the same idea off a wall, opposite arm and leg, squeezing the glute to lift that leg, okay? But on the floor, we're on our hands and knees, and we're reaching out, opposite arm, opposite leg, and coming back, okay? So here we go. Squeeze, hold that for a second at the top. Reach out, hold that for a second. Make that glute muscle work. Another excellent exercise, particularly if you spend a lot of time sitting. Our glutes have a tendency to get a little lazy. Sleepy glute syndrome, actual syndrome. So exercises like this or bridges really help to isolate and work those glutes, okay? We're back up for the lateral lunge. As I mentioned, if you have dumbbells and you want to add weight to it, when you step out, weight goes towards the inside of the foot that's moving, okay? So we'll do a set weighted here. Okay, here we go. Shoulders down and back, and step out. and back. Hips go back. Weight goes over the forward foot, pushing off the heel of that foot to bring me back to center. Again, this one you're going to feel more on the inner thigh and the outer quad. Variations on basic exercises, lunge and squat. Okay, and rest from that. You're going to take it back down to the floor for your dead bugs. Round two, we're on. Hands and knees. Don't want to be arched back, by the way. We still want that little bit of tuck, tail tuck, holding the core, engage the core as you do your lifting. Okay, so here we go. Core engaged, squeeze at the top. Now go at your own pace, whatever's working for you. The only person you compete against is yourself. As we extend, squeeze, hold a little at the top, make that glute work to keep that leg lifted. And rest. Okay, we're back to the lateral lunge. This is your last round on those. Okay, so really think about pushing those hips way back and getting as much work as possible out of that. Get forward, weight on that forward leg, push off, come back. Okay, here we go. Out, push back, come to the middle. Here it is. We're working. Now, back and forth. Use your breath. Good time to recover your breath if you've been doing something more cardio oriented in your last exercise. Good time for recovery. Okay, that's it on those. We've got one more round of the bird dogs, we call them. Down on the floor, hands and knees, and extending opposite limbs. Remember, no arch back. We want that core engaged. Engaging your core, tucking your tailbone. Get in that position pretty much for every exercise you do. Okay, so here we go. Arms, we're working. Reach, leg out, arm out. Leg out, arm out. Hold that squeeze at the top for an extra beat. 1, 2, back down. 1, 2, back down. Squeeze, make that glute work. Glutes are a big muscle group. There's glute maximus, glute medius. There's 3 different muscles going on there, and we want to work them in different ways, in different planes of motion. So they're big muscles, and they really are one of the big engines that keep us moving. So we can't have them falling asleep on us. They've got to work. Okay, so that's the third circuit down. We've got a little break. I'm going to grab a quick drink of water. And our next exercise is going to bring our heart rate up and then slow it down a little. We're going to do a modified burpee. Now, everybody hates burpees. So, modified burpee is I'm going to take it down to the floor, step out, step in, little hop at the top. Okay. If you can do burpees where you're out flat, slamming, jumping up and coming up, have at it. I'm going to modify mine just so I'll be able to talk first. And then we're going to alternate that with a plank, just holding a plank, okay? Either stagnant or moving. Here we go. Here's our burpees. Taking it down, step back, drive in, hop up. Step back, in, hop. And back, in, hop. Woo, we're moving. In, hop. If this is becoming too much for you, just take it down, come back up, and take a nice high hop at the top, okay? One more. Squeeze one more in and out. Okay. Even that very modified burpee gets your heart rate up. Okay. So we're adding to it. Here's a plank. You can do a high plank on your hands. I'm going to do mine on my elbows. Again, that hand issue bothers me. So elbows directly under shoulders, head neutral, taking it up to my toes, feet about shoulder width apart. I do not want to be up here with my head down or arched. I want to be nice, tail tucked. That very same neutral spine as I hold this plank. Now, if this is not enough for you, you can add jumps for plank jacks, okay? This is where I'm going to recover. So I'm going to keep my plank. Inhale, exhale, work to bring my heart rate down from the burpee. Okay. Whew. Second round, you can continue with burpees. I'm going to do a jumping jack or a step out jack. Okay. Whatever's working for you. We're going to switch this up. This is the fun stuff. You get to change it up as you go. Okay. Here we go. Either jumping jacks or step out jacks. Now, if you're doing jack movement, legs in and out as you're doing your plank, then maybe you want to stick with the burpee movement as your second movement. But this is just last round we're doing, and we just want to give it a good go, whatever works for you. Here we go. Back and forth, or jumping, whichever works for you. And rest. Back down for that plank. And again, tail tucked, core engaged, elbows right underneath my shoulders, head neutral. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and we're up. Feet about shoulder width apart. Hold. Nice steady breathing. Hold that position. Engage that core. Plank is another staple exercise. 2, 1, and rest. Lots of variations on that plank. Do it high, do it low, do it on your elbow, side to side. Lots of different ways. It works all different muscles in your core. And we have our external muscles in our core, the things that sit on top, but your really deep internal muscles are important too. I'm going back to that modified burpee. Here we are. Or your plank jacks, whichever you want to do, and take it up. Back, in, and up. Whew. Stepping off my mat here. Keep moving. Gotta fix that before I trip. Okay, down to the floor. Yeah, in and up. Okay, last exercise for the day is back to that plank. So I really want to give it a good plank. So the plank is really working your really deep internal abdominal muscles. Think about they are the foundation upon which all the other abdominal muscles lie. So an absolutely awesome exercise. I'm in position, tail tucked, head neutral, elbows or hands directly under your shoulders. And breathe. One and oh, okay. That is our program for today, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. We're not going to, I want you to do your own little cool down at this stage. Do some stretching on the floor, get your heart rate down. I am going to be running from here, um, but slow it down. Do a little walking around slowly, do some stretches, bring your heart rate down, and enjoy the rest of your day. So, this is a recorded session. So, if it's something you want to go back to watch and make notes for yourself, to put your own little circuit together, I highly recommend that. The timed circuits work well for this type of program because it keeps me on track with time. But they also work well because they're fun. You don't really have to think about, oh, am I counting? Am I this? I'm that. It's you're kind of beating the clock. We become a little bit like Pavlov's dog whenever there's a timer involved, which is why I really love any kind of timed workout. And it doesn't have to be heavy circuits. Your timing could be, look, I'm going to do this exercise for 45 seconds and then rest a minute and do a different exercise. With these timers that you can find online, you can set them according to what you want to do. So I've got a chat open. I don't have too much time to kick around, but I have Bruce. Nice to see you. Sorry you joined late, but it is recorded. So have fun with it when you get a chance to do the whole thing. And let's see, we are not going to be doing the program next Thursday because it is Juneteenth, and I think a lot of folks are off, but we'll be back the following week, which would be, let's see, the 26th, I believe, of June, and that'll be our final session. So thank you for joining, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day and a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next week. Thank you.